She drives to the house 30 minutes early. She walks through every room, checks the light in the kitchen, and opens the back door to see how the yard reads. She adjusts the thermostat. She pulls out her notes, reads them, and puts them away. The clients have no idea any of this happened. They arrive, walk through, and say the place feels right. She does not explain that the feeling was not an accident. The career looks from the outside like keys, sold signs, and handshakes at closing tables. Its daily work changes depending on where you are in the profession. The agent who prepared that house this morning has been licensed for 11 months. The agent in the office down the street has been closing deals for 19 years and now runs a team of 8. The job they hold shares a name. Almost nothing else about it is the same. When someone first gets licensed, the credential is the easy part. A license means you are legally allowed to practice. It does not mean you know how to find a client, price a home, negotiate an offer, or keep a transaction together when something goes sideways 3 days before closing. Most new agents rely on their brokerage for structure, their broker for answers, and whatever personal network they have managed to convert into early business. At this stage, agents spend most of their time producing work without knowing when it will pay off. They make cold calls that go nowhere and send follow-up messages that sit unanswered. They show homes to buyers who never make an offer. The average new agent spends weeks generating zero income while still paying for gas, marketing materials, MLS fees, and whatever business expenses the brokerage does not cover. The job is commission only for nearly everyone. There is no salary cushion. Learning to handle that uncertainty is the first real skill the career demands, and licensing class does not teach it. The agents who make it through the first year and into the second or third start to look different because the work has begun to compound. They have real clients now, not just theoretical ones. They can write an offer and explain an inspection report without panicking a buyer. They also know how to stay calm when a seller rejects a price they thought was fair. For the first time, they have an actual schedule to manage. Multiple buyers may be at different stages, while listings require preparation and deadlines from separate transactions begin to pile up. Each transaction follows its own timing. The agent at this stage learns that success generates its own pressure. Every new client is also a new responsibility. Phone calls come at dinner, and paperwork comes at 10 at night. The transaction coordinator at the brokerage handles some of it, but not all of it. Knowing which problems are theirs to solve requires judgment they are still building in real time. At some point, the agent stops introducing themselves to strangers and starts getting called by people who already know the name. It takes time to reach that point. Each satisfied client, referral, and deal handled well under difficult circumstances helps build it. The agent who reaches this stage has something new to protect: a reputation. That changes how the agent evaluates every decision. Taking a difficult client who drains time and rarely closes can now cost more than income. It can also affect how future clients view the agent's work. Pricing a listing too high to please a seller, knowing it will sit and go stale, can also shape what the agent's name means afterward. These agents become more selective because they can afford to be, and because they have learned what careless selectivity costs. They also start to see their business as a pipeline, not a collection of individual transactions. Past clients become a source of referrals. Neighborhoods they know well become a competitive advantage. Their marketing shifts from reaching anyone to staying in front of the people who already trust them. Higher production changes the texture of the job. The agent handling 30 or 40 transactions a year is not doing more of what they did at 5 transactions. The negotiations are bigger, and the clients are more sophisticated and often have more to lose. Deals that fall apart cost more, not just in commission, but also in invested time, strained relationships, and work that must be rebuilt. An agent at this level has only so many hours. They cannot personally respond to every message within 5 minutes, attend every showing, and prepare every piece of paperwork from scratch. Something has to give. Some agents hire a transaction coordinator, an assistant, or a showing agent to absorb work that does not require their specific judgment. That requires its own adjustment. They must delegate work they once controlled completely and trust someone else with tasks that directly affect the client's experience. The pressure does not go away. Instead of managing every task, they manage every outcome. The agents at the top of the profession often look, from a distance, like they have solved the problem. They have large production numbers, a team, and recognition inside their market. What they actually have is a different set of problems at a larger scale. Running a team means hiring people, managing performance, and being accountable for work they did not personally do. A buyer who has a poor experience with a team member still connects that experience to the lead agent's name. The lead agent remains responsible as the team grows. Protecting the personal time that made the work sustainable in the first place becomes a strategic challenge. So some top producers draw hard boundaries around their schedules and enforce them. Others find that the machine they built demands constant tending. The highest performing agents also make ongoing decisions about specialization. Luxury, commercial, investment, relocation, and new construction each have their own demands, client base, and required knowledge. The agent who once took any deal available is now choosing which deals align with where they want the business to go. The woman who adjusted the thermostat before her clients arrived will either figure out the first year or she will not. If she does, what she is learning now, how to prepare, absorb uncertainty, and keep going when nothing is converting, becomes the foundation for everything that follows. Not every agent who starts makes it to a working career. Not every working agent builds the momentum that produces referrals. Not every agent with referrals wants to scale into a team. Some define success as a steady solo practice, with clients they know well and hours they can mostly control. Others want the larger operation. There is no single version of the career. At every level, agents manage the gap between what the work demands and what they can currently provide. That gap changes shape. At the beginning, it involves knowledge and confidence. In the middle, it involves time and judgment. At the top, it involves leverage and accountability. The job never gets easy. It gets more precisely difficult.